you all, everybody. It's me, Chris. Nathan asked me to do a video of my haul at the Goodwill bins yesterday. See, today is the 22nd of February, 2021, so yesterday would have been the 21st. So I'm going to just show you essentially the overview here. So what happened yesterday, the reason why I even went to the bins in the first place was because I was doing Uber and I hit the first part of the bonus structure, and the last delivery that I took for that part was like basically, let's pretend these are buildings, right? This is where I delivered. This is the Family Dollar, and then right over here, because it's a street, that's the Benz. Like, I delivered right there. So Family Dollar, street, Benz. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a little bit of a break and go to the Benz. So I'm going to do a separate video about these puzzles. What happened here was essentially that one of the bins just had all of these, like, you know, just Captain America, Spider-Man, like, you know, that other Marvel superhero, that guy, whatever his name is. So I'm going to do a separate video on that because I spent an ungodly amount of time, probably a good 10-15 minutes, basically gathering the pieces on these, and I have no idea if they're all complete or not, so we're going to find that out later. This one I wasn't going to get, but, you know, one of the things that me and Nathan talk about is whenever you're out at the bins, if somebody sees that you're picking up certain types of things, they'll start handing you those things. And so the guy saw that I was picking up puzzle pieces, so he kept tossing puzzle pieces over to me. And then he saw this and he, you know, opened it up and saw that there were puzzle pieces in it, so he handed it to me and was like, you know what, since he handed it to me. Alright, so let's talk about some of this other stuff, because like I said, I'm going to do a separate video about this later. We will start with this. I picked this up more or less as a garage sale thing. It's in pretty good shape overall. And it didn't look like it was used much. And sorry, Nathan, there's no money in there. But anyway, so I figure this is a good, you know, garage sale item, so I went ahead and grabbed it. Nathan doesn't like when I do garage sale items because, you know, he doesn't want to do garage sales, but that's okay. I grabbed this. You know, this is one of those things that Nathan would probably scream at me about because it's incomplete. But I'd put it in the basket with the intention of looking for the rest of it and just didn't pull it out, so whatever. This is for the ongoing, you know, Dave Ramsey massive post or listing that I'll do at some point. This was in decent shape, so it's probably a garage sale item. It's all of the zippers work and everything. It's a little bit dirty in spots, but we can probably clean that up. Again, sorry Nathan, there was no money. All the things were open, so somebody already ransacked it. So if there was any money in there to begin with, it's not there now. Book. I don't know. I have no idea. Yeah, never heard of it. But fine. This one I got because I'm actually kind of interested in reading it. It's you know, stuff, but it's like, I don't know, it has a feeling of being maybe self-published. I'd have to find out if that was a vanity press or not. So I'm just kind of curious about it. So I got a couple of books just because of the condition they were in. They were both in, you know, reasonable shape. So grab those. Probably garage sale again, but you know, it's a folder for your trapper keeper. You know, those are things still, right? Trapper keepers. But it's the turtles. So this probably more for Nathan than anything. It is a little carry long bucket or whatever from someplace in Disney World. I'm going to presume that it's official merchandise and isn't. But the other thing is that since I'd already done all this puzzle stuff over here, when I was over there, and this is going to get messy, so be ready. When I was over there, there was like a puzzle without a box, so I just gathered all of them, and you see that, like, this is going to be so much fun to put together. I'll do something about that later too, probably. Anyway, I was like, screw it, I already spent all that time gathering other puzzles. I'm gonna grab this one. So I got, you know, the smorgasbord board. I always call it a smorgasbord, like, you know, as in, like, we have to assimilate this food. And that's long before, you know, that, you know, the Borg were a thing, but for some reason I always thought it was a little G at the end, and recently I saw it spelled and I was really, is it D? Anyway, I don't really know who this guy is, but I found 3 DVDs of him out there, so I'm like, whatever. Because, you know, DVDs are really light, you know, and so, you know, if you're buying them by the pound, that's like the best place to buy DVDs. Now, they don't sell very well, probably, but, you know, whatever. But I'll watch it anyway, I don't care. Not a huge Adam Sandler fan, but, this one, I've heard good about it, I don't know, but whatever. Okay, so as I told Nathan, I usually pick up audiobooks, not because I think they'll sell, especially when they're not in really great condition like this one, but because I deliver, even though I don't really deliver for Domino's anymore, but that's a whole different story. But I do deliver, and so I picked this up so I can listen to it while I'm delivering. I almost didn't get this. First of all, it's a greatest hits. Second, I'm really just not huge into Barry Manilow, but I figure I'll put it up anyway. It's a Rihanna CD, and the problem is, let me show you this, the poster in here, completely gone black because I just put the phone down, sorry. There's a poster in there, and there's a CD in there, and there's no indication other than the fact that it's just really white. There's no indication that this is, in fact, the CD that's supposed to go with this. So I hope it is. I'll have to put it on later and see. But if so, then, you know, not a bad packaging, you know, kind of like it. There's that. Some of you may know Marty Robbins. I'm not huge into him or anything, but it's got all 3 CDs in it, so whatever. It's not in great shape either. So, let me talk about this for a moment. I have no idea. I've lived there. I have family that lives there, right? And I don't know if this, I need to look it up later. I don't know if it's even still around. Like, this could be like a hat that somebody had from like 40 years ago, and like, oh, yeah, I don't need this anymore. Crofts closed down like 39 years ago. Or it could still be there, and this could just be something that was, it kind of has a feel of being, you know, maybe printed on less than professional equipment. I don't know. Maybe it's just because of it seems a little off center. But, you know, just in the off chance, if nothing else, I'll give it to my brother, and he can wear it around. People will be like, oh, I didn't know you, remember Crofts? It may even still be open, I have no idea. But, see, that's the thing about the bins, is something like that, you know, it's you know, feather, you know, look, it just, it floats to the ground. Okay, well, maybe not. But, you know, it's so light. It's like, that probably cost me like 10 cents out there or something. Puzzle. But this wasn't with that batch eating the puzzle. So there's just some games. This is not complete. I actually had to gather the pieces to it, so it's not complete, or if it is, I'd be very surprised. Have not checked this yet. Probably the one thing I shouldn't have bought out there because it is kind of heavy. Now, with that being said, this is definitely heavy as well. It's heavier than this one, but you know, it's a VCR game. I mean, obviously those aren't being produced anymore, so I had picked it up just because. And you see the sticker there, so later when you go on eBay and you're like, he's charging $560 for that? It said 99 cents on the box. But I'll try to get that off later. Like, put it in the box. Okay, so these little knickknacks, bears and rabbits and bears and birthday cakes, bears, and there was one more. You would have liked it. It has bunnies, but on that one, the bunny ears were actually up, and one of the ears were broken off. So I just left that one. So there were 6 of these, but one of them was broken. It was I can't think of the word. Never mind. It was going to be funny, and I can't think of the word. So here's all these Disney characters. There's Buzz Lightyear, and Rex, and Mr. Freeze, or whatever he was called. I can't. It's not Mr. Freeze, because that's Schwarzenegger's character in that Batman movie. There's Mickey, and then there's this Disney character. Okay, it's Dr. Manhattan. I don't know. It's Watchmen because it's DC, so now it didn't fit into the Marvel universe at all. And then these 3 I picked up. These are probably going to be from my personal collection. They were in good shape, and I do want to get all. I've read all 13, but I do want to actually collect all 13. And given that these were in pretty good shape, the only thing is something to kind of consider. I always forget to look in to see if people have written in the front of the book. But a lot of people have stickers that they put in the front of the books anyway, so even if that's the case, you could probably still sell them. But like I said, I might actually hold on to these for my own personal collection, just because they're in really good shape. But then again, I'm talking about selling everything that you own that can be replaced, so why would I actually buy something to put it in my collection, right? I should sell it as though I already owned it and I'm replacing it, or it can be replaced later. So these fall under the category, except for 2 of them, these fall under the category of Chris finding things that are unopened. So clearly somebody got into the special edition and volume 4, and they were like, man, Dean Martin's just not as funny as I remember him being. So they never opened up edition 14, 16, 19, 2. How'd you skip 2? Oh, that one's open. See, my theory holds up. 15 and 24. I felt like I should have found all of these. I felt like that somebody must have dumped their entire collection, and yet I did not find all of them out there. So I'm kind of like, maybe they'll be out there later, but I don't know if I'm going back anytime reasonably soon. So anyway, so that was my haul yesterday. The thing about this is that in spite of this and a couple of books, for some reason, I got all of this at less than $1 an item, because I counted 50 or 60 items, something like that. And the thing is that it only costs $43, and I don't know why that is. It's like sometimes, I swear to God, it feels like, they get the weight completely off, and you end up spending a lot more than you should have. And then there's other times like this where it's like, I know there's a lot of small stuff and a lot of DVDs and puzzles and stuff that are relatively light. But, you know, I've never actually walked away from the bins with a with less than $1 per item, so it's fine. So anyway, so that's gonna be my video. I think Nathan wanted this video done for me to post up to YouTube immediately so he could see what I got before I came out next time. But I'm gonna have to figure out if I know how to do any of that, because he sent me the ability to post to the According to Whim YouTube. I haven't really done anything with it yet, so I'm gonna have to see if I can figure all that out. Anyway, so that's my video, and like I said, I'm gonna do some stuff with the puzzles and do a different video with the puzzles, and maybe some other stuff. I do have something else that I do want to talk about, but no, it's irrelevant. So goodbye. Sorry. See, I planned this and then completely forgot.